Hello, my lovelies. How are you doing? It's Saturday morning here. Uh, Not sunny, but it's actually quite warm here in Ireland, which is unusual. Have my coffee, so grab your coffee and let's dive into it. I asked the universe to do a fly on the wall for your person, for your DM, and what I got with this card uh, that's underneath is a bunch of nonsense. I mean, the whole card is a bunch of nonsense, right? The pig is flying, the cup is in the air, no gravity. Uh, he's literally split, like his legs are up there. It's it's the ocean, but the clouds are down there instead of up. It's just nonsense. Doesn't make sense, any sense whatsoever. Uh, so yeah, let's see. 3, 4, 5. So the 5 bottom cards. While I was shuffling, this card was on my mind for some reason, and when I saw it in my mind, the message I got was they are literally looking at things upside down. That's why it's all nonsense. They're not looking at the right stuff. They don't have a healthy perspective on things. Everything is twisted. Like in their marriage and relationship, right? Everything is somehow twisted. It's not healthy at all. Like the logic they have with their person on their side is like an abstract painting. Nothing makes sense. That's what I'm getting with these two cards particularly. Also, their pride and ego is stopping them to move forward. Again, they have this facade. Why can't I speak? Facade. Did I say it right? Facade. They have a facade around their home life, or wall, if you will, and it's portrayed totally different to the outside world than it really is on the inside. And they try to distract people. Okay, how I see it in my mind is like this dude is standing in front of his house, right? And inside the house, everything is nonsense and not logical at all. It's like a zoo inside or whatever. and he's standing outside his door, and people are kind of, like guests want to come in, but he's standing in front of the door and not letting them in. No, this is all a metaphor, right? An analogy. And he's holding these 8 of Wands, and pushing people back, like like wild animals are attacking them, and he's like, poking people. No, 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 don't come in, don't come in. Don't come in, it's contagious. So almost like the 7 of Wands card, when they are defending themselves from something. It's like that. It's like they're trying to distract other people. Like guests come to their doorstep, and he comes out, and he's like, oh, look at that plane, oh my gosh, yeah, look at that fancy car, and then he slowly pushes them away from the house. Just distracting them, like, look at that car, oh my god, isn't it fancy, blah blah blah, and just keeps talking and talking and talking and pushing them slowly away from the house. They didn't even have time to realize what's happening, right? That's how I see it in my mind. It's very, very abstract. Like the logic in your person's head is very twisted. Crazy. Okay. So, in their house, apathy. Their mind is somewhere else. And that's the mask that they carry around. See, she has half of her face is a mask. That's your person. They are still wearing a little bit of a mask. There's absolutely no love in the marriage or relationship. 0 fucks given. Even if the other person is doing something on the side, like flirting or cheating or whatever, the other person, the spouse, they don't care. I mean, they can see it and they can hear it. They can see it from themselves. They can maybe hear it from others. Maybe I don't know. They can sense it. Whatever. They just don't care. They're like, fine, just go. Less work for me. That kind of thing. So one person is like that. That's on one side of the one layer of the energy, right? So some of your people have a spouse that's like that, just go, I don't care, I don't give a fuck. It's just about the image, the two of them being together. But on another layer of the energy, somebody is just sitting in regret. Like for some people this is the spouse, and for other people this is your DM. So they are the ones that are sitting in regret, no love whatsoever, and their spouse is out and flirting, getting some whatever. But if this is your DM, then they don't have that attitude, okay, fine, just go, I don't care. It's more like sadness and depression. And just sitting there and thinking about the past. Going back when they married this person, for example, and just thinking like how was it so beautiful and so loving back then, and now it's shit. It's that kind of thinking. Doesn't serve them whatsoever, because they're just sitting in it thinking about the past while the life is going on, moving on. Now if they were learning from that, then that would be a different story, but they're just sitting there and thinking about it, just thinking. It's kind of sad, like life is literally passing them by while they are sitting like this and thinking, what went wrong? Why did I deserve this? Blah blah blah. What could have been? What could have I done differently? So many questions. But they're sitting there, like catatonic almost, just thinking about it and going through that rabbit hole of questions and questions and questions. And all the while, outside is a beautiful rainbow, it's sunny, life is happening, flowers are blooming, but they don't see any of that because they're catatonic in their own thoughts. It's it's very sad, to be honest. So yeah, this card crossing this, their head is literally somewhere else. Their mind is somewhere else. Lots of daydreams. And lots of, for some, I'm focused on the pentacle, and it looks it looks like a gambling chip. So some people, when they try to drown the pain, right, or distract themselves, some use alcohol, some use drugs, some use other kinds of addictions like gambling. So that's what I'm drawn here. Somebody here is gambling, and that's how they are coping with disappointment and emotions. Now it could be your DM or it could be their spouse. And honestly, I don't know what's worse, if it's your DM or their spouse. Either way, somebody is losing money with this, and the other side is just pissed, you know. And with this one, they are watching you. It could be energetically, it could be physically, you know. Could be an online thing. Either way, they are watching you. They are keeping an eye on you, spying. But they are literally protecting nothing. Because behind this wall there is nothing, the literal desert. See? There's not even grass. It's just sand, nothingness. So they think they are protecting something, hiding something, but you know, like their home. But there's nothing in their home. Literally nothing. Very, very sad, honestly. There's so much layers that twist and turn, you know, because there's two people, like your person and your and their spouse. Now if this is their spouse, this is your DM's spouse, partner or whatever, it's almost like they don't want people in their home because your DM is kind of depressing, you know. So the whole home vibe inside the house is very depressing. And other people can feel it, you know, even if you're not into energy or whatever, you know. Other people can feel that. Just like a happy person can make you laugh, or if somebody has a contagious laugh, you don't even have to know what they're laughing at, you're laughing as well because they have a contagious laugh, right? It's the same with sad people and depressed people. You pick up on that and then you become kind of mellow and depressed, you know. And if that's their spouse, they're trying to portray like everything's happy and everything's, you know, sunshine and rainbows inside the house. The sex is amazing and all that. That's why they don't want anybody entering, so they can keep the illusion. because once you step inside, you can feel something is off. It's almost like that. Now that can also apply not just for the home, but in general for people. So your person or your DM's person is pushing people away. They're not letting them get close, so that people wouldn't pick up that something's off, you know. Because in your DMs, in their soul, the soul is trying to come out. The soul is trying basically to win over the ego, and they're still fighting it a little bit. So the more they are fighting it, the more they are putting pressure on the soul, and any pressure that you put out, it has to go somewhere, so it will explode eventually. So that's why they push people away. They don't let them close, because on some level they're afraid that they will just snap at some point, and all the emotions will come out and the truth will come out, and they might start crying or whatever, and that's kind of an unusual behavior for them. So they're afraid what others will think and all that. It's kind of sad that they push people away. Not many, or if any, of their friends know who they really are deep inside. You are the only one who can penetrate this wall, who can see their true self. And that's also the thing that scares them the most, because nobody has ever come close to seeing their soul, if you will. They've been keeping it hidden from themselves and from other people. They are even afraid to look what's inside of them. So if they are afraid, of course they will be afraid if anybody else sees it. It's a very, very twisted logic. But you are the only one who can penetrate that wall. And that's what scares them. Also, you being the only one who can do that, they are scared on a level, maybe not even consciously, but on some level, they are scared if you do penetrate that wall, that they will be what's the word, dependent on you, because you are the only person who can see who they really are, and you're not the person who will judge them for it. You already know that everybody has a dark and a light side inside them, We all have an angel and a devil inside. We just need to keep them balanced, right? So you wouldn't be afraid of their demons. You wouldn't condemn them because they have demons. And because of that, they are afraid that they will be stuck to you because you are the only one who can understand them. So if at any point you get in and you want to go out, meaning you lose feelings for them or whatever, then they lose the only person who can see them and won't judge them. It's like losing the only safe space that they have. That's their fear. That's why all this time they were keeping you away. They were keeping that wall. Although you are different from other people. They're keeping a wall from other people as well, but it's just, it's just their ego because they just want to be perceived like, like they're strong, they have it all together, they're, rich or whatever. They have many friends, many connections, blah blah blah. It's all material and practical stuff. But with you, it was a wall of emotion because, they're afraid they're gonna be codependent emotionally if they let you in. And there's that fear that you won't wanna stay inside this wall once you get to meet them and all that. It's just layers and layers of wrong programming, of ego, of suppressing all kinds of emotions. Taught the wrong things. Thinking practical is more important than, than the soul. I mean, everything is twisted. Although they are your DM, they're very different from you. They see their darkness and their demons as that. It's as something, pure evil. But the DF actually learns from that. They learn from their own darkness and their demons. And it's almost like you befriend them, right? Because all the demons are the traumas that aren't healed. So you see them as something you need to acknowledge, that you need to look at, that you need to send love, right? they don't see it as that. They just see it as, no, that's demons, I need garlic and, I don't know, cross, whatever. They see things very differently, very twisted. Okay, now I wanna see. I wanna see how they feel about you. Tell me, universe, how does the DM feel about the divine feminine? I can also tell you they have lots of fights inside their home. That strength card that was here reminds me of cats and dogs. So that's that. And I do feel like they don't talk that much to their partner or spouse. It's always like the same mundane conversation. How was your day? Fine. It's nice weather. Yeah. And then if the spouse starts talking about, I was with my friend Lucy and she said this and she said that, blah blah blah, and then start talking, your your DM just shuts the brain down, can't hear them, nothing. They're just having their own conversation in their own head, thinking about their day, thinking about you. All the while the spouse is just, like a chatterbox. Oh, anyway. So what they feel about you? They feel trapped. Some of them even feel like you trapped them, like you put a spell, if you will, on them. So some feel trapped in their marriage, so they can't come towards you, they can't have anything with you. But it's all an illusion. She's not really tied up. There's not even birds around. It's all illusion. But some of the DMs feel like you trapped them, like you put a spell on them or whatever. It's funny. Let's see what else. There's the heartbreak. Oh, look where it's put. Tower. And there's the justice. And there's the fights that they are having on their side. The more they ignore it, the more towers they will have. I mean, nothing new there. Yeah, they feel trapped because there's a third energy. There is a third energy. Could be spouse, could be partner, could be family, could be friends. Whatever, it's a third energy. Now, on one layer, this is their marriage. They don't feel free. They don't have their freedom, nor independence. And all because of this guy. The energy in this card is the energy of an asshole. They pretend that they are very, very smart, very intelligent, but it's all fluff. When it comes to their spouse, right? It feels like they read a quote somewhere from an author on the internet, and then they use it in a conversation, like they read the whole book, like they lived that life, you know. But people see through that. They just go along, you know, because you can't reason with a person that's like that. There's too much pride and too much ego to reason with them. They could be also narcissists. And you definitely can't reason with a narcissist. It's that's a futile mission. So people just let this person, you know, yammer on, and when this person leaves, then they, you know, make fun of them or whatever. Now when it comes to you, on another layer of energy, this is you and this is you. They see you very stable, very independent, beautiful, obviously. They see you having your shit together. Very, very grounded and very stable. And that's something they lack. They're definitely not stable looking like this, you know. Your energy is very, very beautiful, very stable, very calm, very peaceful. It's like a beautiful house with lots of windows and a beautiful Zen garden. Inside the house, everything smells fresh. Lots of green in the house, lots of fruits. You can smell the oranges, the lemons. It's like lots of little crystals and those little chimes. It's like that, you know. And when you enter, it's like a spa. It's like a spa for your soul. Your brain shuts off. And then when you look at them, their house is all gray. It's a mess. Laundry everywhere. Pile of dishes in the kitchen. Smell of cigarettes, you know. Pile of ashes in the tray. It's like that, you know. And they want what you have. Their soul wants to be like you. Yet they pretend like everything's fine. They don't even want to look at themselves. I mean, this one is blindfolded, this one is has his eyes closed. And when it comes to you, this one is smiling, this one is smiling. Can you see the difference? Night and day. They are holding on to you. I'm also drawn to this card because of the background. It's the same background. When it comes to your connection and your energy in general, it's magic. It's pure magic for them. And yes, you are their only hope. You are somebody who can see through their bullshit. Two of Cups. They definitely feel you and your connection, and it's very healing. No surprise. With these two cards, it's like they sent a signal out to the universe from their heart, from their soul at some point, and that's why you came into their life. That's why you had that soul recognition. Because at some point, it was really, really bad on their side. Their soul was drowning, like literally drowning. And it's like the soul made the last effort, last spark of energy they had out to the universe, like a signal, from the heart. I'm drawn to the heart. And the universe heard it. It picked up on the signal. And it sent you. And we know what happened then, right? We know the whole story. They ignored you like a motherfucker. It's like their brain and ego is totally separate from their soul. So when the ego and the brain were, it's like they kept their soul captive. And the brain and the ego was the guard of that prison where the soul was. And at some point, it's like they turned their back, the brain and the ego, they were distracted, and then the soul in that split of a second sent a signal, yet the brain and the and the ego didn't know. They were distracted, right? So when you showed up, the ego and the brain were confused, yet the soul was, yay, they are here, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna be saved, yes, finally I'm gonna get out of this prison. But the ego and the brain are still fighting, but the soul is getting stronger and stronger because of your energy. Like the soul was depleted, right? Like a phone battery. and now your energy is sending some juice to their soul. Now the percentage is going up, 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 and eventually the soul will win. Even if it takes them another 10 years, the soul will win. Even if they snap, realize things finally on their deathbed, doesn't matter, the soul will win. Hopefully it won't take them that long, but this is you seeing through all the bullshit. That's what's keeping them up at night. Every time your eyes meet, you mirror each other. That's why this girl has a blindfold. They don't wanna see or feel any mirroring because you bring all the negative that's inside them out. All the bullshit that's around them, inside them, you illuminate all that. What they are trying to hide, it just bounces off of you and right in their face. Hits them right in the face. And you can't ignore something that hits you in the face, That's why this girl is wearing a blindfold. They just don't want to see. It's too painful. And especially the emotions. It's just too painful for them. And it's almost like they see it as a punishment or something, instead of looking it as a gift, It's like a surgeon when the nurse shines the light on the patient the part of the patient that they're trying to fix. When they get that light, they don't think, oh shit, now she illuminated this part and I'm gonna have to stitch that and fix that, and it's gonna take 2 more hours. Oh my god, why did she have to put the light on this? But if she didn't, he would miss that and the patient would die, But they don't see it as something that could save them, They just see it, oh my god, no, it's painful, I am not gonna look. No, ignore it. Danger. Oh my god. But they do feel you. They dream about you, that they talk with you in their head. They daydream. The sexual energy might pick up. So, if you're horny, thank them. Yeah. Let's see real quick. This is the star. Lovers, Ace of Cups, Page of Wands. Just once crossing it, and Page of Pentacles. Yeah, like I said, they feel you. They definitely wanna dump this Ace of Cups all over you. They will have to speak. They will have to speak to you eventually. That's what the universe is pushing. Something they have to do whether they like it or not. It's not their choice. They need to speak their emotions. They need to speak from an emotional point. But they're using more distractions and maybe flirtiness and all that instead of talking actually about emotions. You know, this is wands, this is fire. And it's a page, so it's, you know, childish kind of distraction. Yet they hold a lot of love for you. And there's that spying energy that I talked about. They know you have options and you have better options. They are aware. They are aware that you have better options. That's why they kind of self-sabotage or trip on their own words. That's why they are nervous, but they try to mask it with this, just talking about a bunch of nonsense. It kind of reminds me of a job interview. When you know that you're not quite qualified, but you are called to do an interview, and there's a person or more persons with you in the waiting room, and they all have, you know, better qualifications than you, so of course you will be a little bit nervous. It's kind of like that. They know you have better options and they are not quite there. Interestingly, they do hope for a for a conversation, for a second chance, for everything, you know, to smooth things out. And yet, when that chance comes, uh, they fuck it up because of their own fears and everything. What did I say? Self-sabotage. 5 of Swords. Oh my god. King of Swords, clarifying the King of Swords. They feel some kind of like you have authority over them. It's almost like a parent child thing. So weird. They could be feeling they sense that you are on a much higher level than they are, intellectually, emotionally, you name it. So there's a part of them that feels like a child next to you, even when you give them advice, a sound advice. They feel it as scolding, like you're scolding them. I'm drawn to the word father. Some of them feel like you are belittling them at some level. Even though you're not, you're just giving them sound advice. But they feel like you're talking to them like they're a child. And that's where the fights come from. And it's funny because they do act as a child, but they get mad. They get mad when you talk to them like they are a child. It's literally like a child getting mad. Why don't you get them a fancy car, And you're like, no, you don't even know how to drive. You're gonna kill yourself. And then they use, the age thing. But I'm already 16, I'm already 18. I'm considered an adult, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as they turn on the key, they're gonna kill themselves, because they're dumb. But yeah, they don't see it like that. They just see that they're 18 and, I'm an adult, I'm 18. It's that kind of energy. And it's like they're not budging. It's like they don't want to see from your perspective. They're just sticking with their argument. And even if you give them like good even if your argument is solid and your advice is solid, and even if they see it, they eventually see it, but they're too stubborn to admit that they were wrong, so they just keep going with their own thing, repeating stuff, just because they they feel dumb if they correct themselves, because they were so so passionate about their version of the story. Oh my god. There's that behavior. Ego. If they have to admit that you were right, it hurts their ego. Yeah. That's them self-sabotaging, realizing that you were right, and then, they're all discombobulated, but they have to follow their ego and stick with their story, even though it hurts them. And then they literally act as a fool. Wow. And they know their behavior is costing them. It's costing them real victory. They really need to let it go. Just like this chick needs to eventually let go of this branch and just fly. They're still holding to this branch. Holding. King of Pentacles. Oh, that's you again. What's Two of Swords. Now this also could be their spouse, their marriage, cock blocking this connection. Five of Cups. And the Page of Swords. Just for shits and giggles, the fourth card is the Emperor. Well, on one side, them spying on you and doing nothing, leads to Five of Cups. The Sad Horse. It literally leaves them sad. It also could be that some of them are depressed, like literally depressed, clinically depressed, and that's what's stopping them to come to you. Because they are depressed and they keep saying all those negative things. Why would they be with me? Why would they want to talk to me? I'm nobody, I'm nothing, I'm shit. I have to sit in this marriage, Some of them could be like taught that you marry only once and divorce is a disgrace and blah blah blah, so even if they started thinking differently because of your connection, it's very hard to go against it, because of the family and friends and all that, it's like they're thinking it's only one of me and there's like 53 people against that, so it's them against 53 people. So it's like, you know, what's the point? I'm gonna lose here anyway. I'm outnumbered. That kind of feeling. Like I said, if on one layer this is you, on the other it's their spouse, that's cock blocking. But your energy, your connection is the only thing that's keeping them alive, so to speak. So them spying on you is like this this string on this card. Yet they feel sad. It could be their own behavior that's blocking, but this also could be their spouse. All their thinking and all their manifestations are connected to you, and they keep it to themselves. They don't share it with anybody, not even you. But you are their happy place. So this is the card of daydreaming. Rainbow, 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 right? You get my point. This Four of Swords also tells me that they need to shut the brain down. They need to look inside their heart. Feel fortunate about them. Oh, maybe they actually will shut their brain. Death. Okay. Transformation. Six of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Ooh, Four of Wands. Well, when it comes to their marriage, it's a dead and done. So they were battling this this change, always going back and forth, not really doing the proper healing. They were always fighting it on some level, and it's not they were fighting it even before they met you, even before your connection. They were always fighting the change that needed to happen. That's this card. This represents past. So even before they met you, they were fighting changes. But this is also a card of a soulmate, so when you came in, that's when the proper healing was taking effect. Well, trying to take effect. It is, you know. your connection, your energy is all around them and inside them. So even if they are fighting it, it's still penetrating them, you know. It's just slower if they are fighting it. Also, they were always trying to fix something that was already dead. They probably thought that this person that they were with was a soulmate. But like I said, when you came in, it changed everything. The world. Hmm. Hmm. Now, for all of them who are in a relationship or marriage, they will all have a chance to get free of it. They will all have a chance. It's just whether they're gonna take it or not. That nice little thing called free will. And it's definitely that they will all have, the world is telling me that all of them will have a chance to become independent, single, whatever, to literally get their freedom back. So because of your connection, you were the magical tool for this person. There's also a chance to build something with you. Again, these are rainbow colors, these 3 pentacles. So they will have a chance to build something with you as well. This is them getting more grounded. I feel a nice grounded, stable energy around this Knight of Pentacles. They are slowly getting there, again because of your connection. But if they do start something with you, they would get even more in balance, more grounded, more realistic, because the logic they have now is all wrong. It's all twisted. This is also past coming back. That's the second chance they want over here. They want to fix the past. But they need to speak from their heart, you know, from the heart, from the emotions. Not going back and forth with this kind of attitude. Also, the more they spy on you, the more they see what they don't have. And that brings the inner conflict. This tells me they always loved you, even though they didn't tell you. I mean, we all know they rejected all of us in the beginning. But they felt from the first from that first meeting, right? They felt this love. There was always destined this kind of transformation in the connection. So they needed to transform, you needed to transform, but the connection itself also needed to transform. It needed to let go of everything that's dead and negative, all the trauma built up and all that. Because in every life that you met, there was always something. So, you know, meeting now, there was also past traumas and past negativity and past betrayals and all that. It all needed to be flushed, if you will. So yeah, they do want a second chance. They do want to fix things. They do love you. They do feel you deeply. But like I said, they are also scared because you mirror their shit back to them, and they're afraid of that. But you are also the only one who can penetrate that wall and who can bring their soul forward. And yet again, another thing they are afraid of. Anyway, that was your reading. Hope it helped. Hope it shined some light. And yeah, I love you guys and see you in the next one.